Hi everyone, welcome. My name is Pam and I'm with Silver and Sparkles. Today I'm a guest designer here for Pink Monarch Prints. So thanks to Anna and Elena for having me. I am working with the Lost in Florence paper kit today. This is the October 2025 subscription kit. And it is definitely a favorite. I am loving these colors and all the pieces. If you guys know me, you know I love all the bits and pieces. When I see a kit that has them, I just can't help myself and I start fussy cutting, and all of a sudden hours have gone by and hopefully I've made something, right? So what you're seeing, and I know it looks kind of like a pocket that we do quite often for our junk journals. This one I've designed though to probably tuck in a larger pocket, or even just give as a gift, like instead of a greeting card or something. I just love it, and it comes together so easy that this is a great stash builder. Now use any papers that make you happy, and basically what you need to make one, not counting what you put in there and decorating, is a piece of paper. Any paper, single-sided, that's what's great too. You don't need to print on both sides, that measures 8.5 inches by 4, and then you need a 4x4 square. I like mixing up my patterns. So like on this one, I used this paper and then this paper for the pocket. You can use the same paper. You know, you can print one piece of paper and make one of these. So please do, again, what makes you happy and what you like. But you want to pick a piece of paper that you're going to work with. Let's do that one. I haven't done that one yet. That's 8.5 by 4, and then a 4x4 square. And I think I will use that one. Okay, again, no need to make it complicated, and we'll see if I'm going to make just one. I wanted this to be just a fun, simple project that you could do in a few minutes, or again, if you needed a gift for someone or just a little extra something for one of your journals. One simple score on the 8.5 inch side, score to 1/2 inch. Okay, and that's it. Easy peasy, easy peasy. And then you just want to crease on that score line and then fold in half. Just make it line right up, just like that. All right, and this is going to become the base of our pocket. Now I am going to, I like having a notch on mine. You don't have to, but I'm going to, that's the fold, attempt to center it. Sometimes my attempts are better than others, if I'm being honest. And now I am going to just ink right along there. Now when you glue this, again, it's super easy because you just have to add glue to this side. Right there to that, whoops, to your little folded piece of paper, and then fold it over. Now I know the bottom's open, don't worry about that. Okay, now take your 4-inch square, just, you know, make sure you did cut it to the right size. Mine's a little off, but this looks perfect, 4 inches across. So I'm just gonna then fold it in half. Okay, and this is going to become our pocket, just like that. Now, I, again, like having a little notch, so I am going to punch a notch and ink it. Can you believe how easy it is to make this triple pocket? Triple pockets, so fun. Okay. And I have seen this idea multiple places. It's not my original idea. I've seen it in Reels, in Shorts. I've seen it on YouTube or on Pinterest. But I just thought I would share it with you guys, and then some ideas for decorating with this fabulous kit. It's one of the things, again, I love about the monthly kits is everything. And if yours is off a titch like mine, just give it a little haircut. You know, about working with these kits is then you just know everything is going to look wonderful. Now, I am just adding a little bit of my walnut stain distress ink here, just so it's not quite so bright. I didn't even do that in my other ones, because once you stuff things in there, you don't really notice it. Okay, now, like I said, I love to fussy cut, and I have so many pieces from the kit. And I was thinking one thing that might be fun, I haven't done this yet, now it's going to cover up the notch I just did, but I think one of the big butterflies, and not glue the pocket closed, and I'll just have to be careful with it, but I think it'll work. So I'm going to carefully attach this butterfly. Get a little more ink on there. All right. When Elena shared this kit with me, she's like, this one you can really grunge up, which I love. And I thought, oh my gosh, you're so right. When it first came out in October. Okay. And it's hard for me to believe we're even in October. Now, I printed my embellishments, my fussy cuts, and my paper on 90-pound Neenah cardstock. And again, it's not super heavy duty, but I think that butterfly is going to be okay like that. So I've already cut out several of the cards. So I'm going to put one in here. I definitely want to add some ribbons and different things, but I love roosters. If you guys have watched some of my videos, you may have heard me talk about how my mom loved roosters, and she collected them, sort of. I wouldn't say it was a huge collection, but she decorated our kitchen with them. She had a whole rooster-themed kitchen at one point. Yeah. So roosters make me think of Sally. And whenever there's a rooster, I'm going to use it in a kit. So there you go. And I tend to be drawn towards those like country kits and the kitchen and farm kits, because there's usually a rooster and a pig and a cow and all kinds of cute things. Now, I do want to show you, I did them two different ways, but I love this one. The card is just taller than this one. And this one I just patched together with offcuts of paper, and I think it looks great. Okay. The other one, I used one of the larger butterfly kind of specimen cards, one of the tabs from the kit, and backed it with some of the paper. So I want to make a big card, journaling card for the one we're making. And I've already prepped it. I picked this one, the specimen card, and I put it on one of the papers that it's like ledger paper. It was like one of the cards. And I'm going to use this tab from the kit. And I haven't finished cutting it out, but I like to cut it into kind of the square or the rectangle, and then do the little edges together so they match. I just find that easier. And for whatever reason, I usually wait to do that until I'm about to use it. Okay, I don't know why. Now, I want to see, it's going to cover up, and that's okay, a little bit of the butterfly's wing, and come down just a little, but that's okay. All right, so I'm going to do my best to get it centered side to side, and I'll glue this side down first. Try to get it straight. That little line helped some, didn't it? And then we'll glue this side down. Now I want to find, like I did with my prototype, some of the, like this, some of the numbers or something. So let me look through what I have. Ooh, those are pretty. Everything's so pretty. Like I said, I sometimes get distracted because I'm like, ooh, that is delightful. Here's some words too. Okay. delightful. Let's see. Maybe, I think that looks like about the right size. So I'll use these two. That one's cute. Price, 6 pence. And I'm just going to cut them down. And isn't it funny how just one more little extra touch just brings the whole thing together? I think so. And I believe I should have rounded the corners before I put that tab on there. Yep, I'm not going to be able to do it. That's okay. We'll leave them square. If you want to round your corners like I did, do it before you put the tab on. Little helpful hint from Pam. But I definitely subscribe to the philosophy. There are no mistakes in junk journaling, crafting, card art. It's just the opportunity to glue something else over top or change your mind just a touch. There's usually a workaround. All right, let's see. Hopefully this fits. It does. Doesn't that look wonderful? Okay, I want something else in that pocket, but let's go back here. And I'm thinking, ooh, let's do small things with great love. I never struggle when I'm using these kits, and that's probably why they have always been, since I got started in junk journaling, my favorites. So thanks, Anna and Elena. You guys don't disappoint. You know what? I am going to install this like a little belly band. Or you know what? I'll just install it like a little tiny pocket and just tuck him in there. And that way I don't have to worry about it falling out like through the belly band. And then I'm not losing the image or the words. So you'll see the method to my madness, I think, here in a second. There should be just enough room to tuck him in there. Cute. I'm easily pleased with things like this. Like that bird. All right, let's put, this one I think is a little more like a moth. Put the moth there. And then I've already cut these out, but these are gonna add a pop. It's gonna add a pop of color. And I think I'll put one on this side too. And we'll put little bows on them like I did with one of my samples. So I have some of my seam binding here, and I have some different colors. I have a huge pile. I've been making seam binding lately. Okay. I'm just trying to maybe think of some, or get a color that maybe is a little different than what I've been using. But I do love all these neutrals with this kit. No, this dark green might look good too. And I have one that's sort of like that. Okay. All right. Let's just see, because see these, when you get next to some of these colors, I just think it starts to pop. All right, let's worry about this side first. And I'm going to put this one here. I didn't keep a piece of the navy out, but let's see the long piece. I don't think I want the navy. And I don't want the pink. All right, that ended up being the same color as this one. Let's just tie a bow with this shade of green. There we go. It really is fun to see how nice the different colors go with the papers. So, and I didn't make these specifically for this paper kit, but I'm enjoying them a lot. I could have gone a little bit smaller with that bow, but it's okay. All right. Now for this one, I think I may go right back to this color because I really like how it brings in the color for the pocket. All right. Now, sometimes when I have a really simple, beginner-friendly project like this, I will, when I had my papers, sometimes I end up with strips of paper, and that's sometimes how I come up with these types of projects, is I'm like, I want to use up these strips. They're big scraps, and I want to use them. So a lot of times what I'll do is I'll just sit down and cut some of my bigger scraps. And in this case, I'd cut it to 8.5 by 4. I'd cut myself some 4-inch squares, and I would just sit and assemble a pile of pockets. I mean, maybe even like a dozen, 15, something like that. And then have them in my stash. And then when I'm working on a journal, or I'm ready to embellish a journal, make a gift, something like that, I can pull one out and then spend the time decorating and making it extra special. And that's one of the things, again, I love about this type of crafting is it's wonderful when everything coordinates, but sometimes I don't know what I'm gonna want or need. So anyway, I hope you liked this idea and it will get your creative juices flowing. And again, use whatever papers make your heart sing. I have to say Lost in Florence definitely is my vibe, and I've had a lot of fun with it. So thank you for watching and joining us. And Anna Elena, as always, thank you for having me. Have a great day, everybody.